Alright, so part 2, where I am now reading the book. Like I said in the last video, we're going to turn this into like a little part 2 mini reading vlog where I read as I go and then open the mysterious box and then share my thoughts. I started reading this and it's just so funny. Like, I'm actually cackling out loud. It's just so funny to read and I love it already. Although something I do need to look up is that he goes to Seton College and I'm like, Seton as in the place in Cornwall? Where my great uncle takes us to every time we go visit him, as in like where my mum spent most of her childhood holidays. That's Seton. So I need to have a look and see if it's set in Cornwall, because if it is, I'm about to like ascend, because like I just never read books set in Cornwall and like that's my mum's childhood. So that would be really cool if it is set in Cornwall, but I need to find that out because I don't actually know. Also, there's 2 doggies in it that are Westies. I've got a Westie. Like my doggies in the book. Love it. But yeah, very, very happy so far. Very excited to keep going. This book is automatically amazing because they mention a girl who is easily one of the coolest people at Seton because she's never worn the same hijab twice and each one is stunningly detailed. I am obsessed. I'm obsessed. This is what I love to read. This is it. So I'm trying not to say too much because I'm obviously going to share my full thoughts after I've finished the whole book. But I am so happy sad reading this. Like, teenage me would have benefited from this so much. This is going to help so many teenagers who are struggling with themselves and coming out and their identity. I think this is such a gorgeous story and it gives me like really Heartstopper vibes, and I know that's really annoying, like every LGBT book, oh it reads like Heartstopper, but it genuinely really does, like your first like proper relationship, experiencing love for the first time and kind of coming out, your whole kind of growing up and teenage experience. Like this encompasses that so well, so I am really loving it, but it's making me so happy sad. I just want to make all these kids a cup of tea and tell them it's all going to be okay. Want to add how I love how all the chapters have got these cute little illustrations. So like every chapter that you turn to has a cute little chapter title, but also has a cute little drawing to go with it. I love that. It's so cute. Oh, the baguette with the candles in it. It's just a nice little added detail. It's really sweet little illustrations I've spotted throughout the book that I really like. Oh, I love that one. Yeah, they're all really cute. So I have got work very shortly, but I thought I'd read a chapter before I go, and there's just a little detail that I noticed that I want to share. And I love how when there's a character introduced and we don't initially know their pronouns, the author/character just automatically defaults to they them pronouns, and I just love that little detail, that little way of normalising that we should be doing that. And I think it's just a really sweet addition, a really sweet inclusion to the book. So yeah, just wanted to share it. I'm nearly done with this. I think I'll finish it in the next couple of days. It's got a really nice pacing to it. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. Okay, so this is not an important detail in the book. Well, it kind of is because it made it into the book. But basically this kid is helping this teacher with like a board for an open evening. And he's like, you cannot use that. That's really embarrassing. I think it's really cute. And this is the exact phrasing. It says, it is a printout of a cartoon beaver holding a briefcase with a speech bubble that says, well, damn it, I didn't know business studies could teach me that. I think that's adorable. Why is that embarrassing? If I saw that, I'd be like, that's the subject I'm taking. That wins the best display board here. I would instantly sign up for that class based on that one cartoon alone. I don't know what that says about me. Does that mean I'm embarrassing? Don't answer that. But yeah, I think that's really cute, and I just wanted to add that I'm offended the student thinks that you can't use that. So we have got 2 chapters left. Quite sad that it's coming to the end. I'm like, what am I going to do now? I've really enjoyed reading this. I just had a really lovely moment between the teacher and Cameron, and the teacher was like, look, it does work out sometimes. Here's me and my husband. We've been together for 12 years, and that's really cute. I love that Cameron has someone in the school that's kind of looking out for the LGBT students. I also love how the teacher was like, you need to speak to someone. And Cameron was like, what, like a therapist? And the teacher was like, well, it could be. Therapy helped me, but that's not what I had in mind. And I just love that little nod to like normalising things like pronouns and therapy and positive mental health, especially in men. And like, I just loved like the whole discussion of healthy communication. I think these little added details are really bringing the book to life and the world to life, because it's just making all of these things so much more normalised, which are of course in everyday life. And I don't know if that's like a really minor thing for me to pick up on, but I really love that inclusion of just like things we should be normalising seeing in fiction because they are in reality. So yeah, I really love those inclusions. Yeah, last 2 chapters, probably going to finish it tonight. And I'm quite sad about that, but also I'm very excited to then share my full thoughts with you guys. I've now moved downstairs into my dressing gown where it's a lot comfier. Why is it literally June and it's still cold in the UK? What is wrong with this country? Anyway, Emily going, let's go buy some books. She is me. She is all of us. I love Emily. Best side character in this book. Actually, no. There's a lot of good side characters in this book. She's one of the top 10 side characters in this book. Anyway, I also love from the teacher the suggestion of having a conversation with someone completely out of the situation, not involved in the scenario, not knowing really anyone on the inside of the scenario to chat it through with, to see their perspective. I actually never thought of that before, but that's a really interesting and important way of handling things, I think, because actually all of Cam's friends are not going to be entirely unbiased, you know, like they're always going to have that protectiveness over Cameron, but also like they're going to naturally love Finn because he loves Cameron. So I think that whole idea of speaking to someone completely external is a really cool and interesting way of dealing with the situation. So yeah, I thought that was a really cool suggestion. I also really liked how the teacher was like, you can't always fix things, like sometimes things just can't be fixed, but it's about how you're there for someone, and like just knowing that you're there for someone is sometimes enough. Like that person knowing that you've got them no matter what is sometimes enough. Even if you can't fix it, just knowing your presence is around can make the world a difference. And I really like that because I think it's something that a lot of people naturally have in their personality, where they just want to help and they just want to make things better and fix things, but actually that's not always possible. And I love, again, that normalization of that in this book. Like, it's just normalizing the realities that people are going to have in life and the struggles that people are going to have in life. Like, writing about it in fiction is eye-opening to especially younger readers who might not think about that perspective, that actually they might still think I can fix everything, but no, that's not true. And I love that inclusion in this book. I think it's brilliant. I think it's really well written into the story. Cameron fully just said to his boyfriend, I want all of you, the good, the bad, and the to be discovered. This kid is going to give Bridgerton a run for his money when he's older. Minor spoiler, but I am so obsessed with the fact that Finn's full name is Finn James Arthur. I really hope that's a deliberate reference to the guy who was on The X Factor. That's so funny. When I read the book Becky bought Finn near the end of this book, I cackled when the title was said out loud. No spoilers, but if you've read it, you know. When you get to that point in the book, you know. I cackled. I love Becky. What an icon. Everyone in this book's so iconic. Also Zara, we love Zara. Another one of the great side characters. This does, however, mean I've got 5 pages left. We're on the last chapter. Can't go to bed and leave 1 chapter left. That's just ridiculous. So we're going to read to the end today, and I will compile my thoughts and then share them all in full imminently. But for now, it's the last chapter. And I have finished. That was so sweet. It's so cozy and wholesome, and it tackles like really real harsh themes that teens do have to go through growing up, especially as growing up LGBTQ, but in a way that's really accessible to young adult readers and still keeps it a really light-hearted, fun, easy read. Oh, I loved it so much. I now understand the wheat on the tote bag. I did have a moment at the end where I was like, do not tell me that one's about to propose to the other when they're literally 16 or 17. There was no proposal, spoilers, but you know, they're still teenagers. I did think, like, is this going to lead to a proposal? But no, it didn't. It was still a very, very, very sweet ending. A very sweet book. A very wholesome, heartwarming book. And I loved it. I can't wait to share my proper thoughts. I'm going to give myself a day or so to, like, kind of properly let everything sink in and have a real think about the book as a whole. But overall, very, very positive. Very, very happy. I'll be back shortly to share my thoughts. So, something I forgot to mention last night when I finished the book is that, first of all, the letter that Adam Hatton wrote now to his younger self, I genuinely nearly cried. It's so sweet, and it's what so many people probably need to hear, and it's probably the same experience that so many people have gone through. That letter to himself, that really choked me up. But also, at the very back of the book, I didn't see it because obviously I was reading it and it's at the back. Look at their cute little Westies! They're like my doggy! That's so cute! maybe one of my favourite illustrations. They are adorable. I love them. The Westies are a main character. Rosie and Jimmy, I love you guys. I just wanted to add that in. Yeah. Love the letter. Love the illustrations. Also, the Taylor Swift t-shirt, the amount of Taylor Swift references in this book, I'm so here for it, as there should be. We love to see it. Alright everyone, I have finished the book. It's been a couple of days and now I can compile my thoughts. This is going to be really jarring to me wearing these sunglasses throughout the whole video because I can't actually see with my glasses off. So we're going to do a quick costume change. Okay, that's better. I now still can't really see because of the sun, but it's too nice today to film this inside, so we're filming it outside. I also couldn't find a yellow shirt, but we went with like some flowers and some flowers, so you know, yellow inspired. Kind of matches the vibe of the book, and also the book's set in. Okay, I really upset everyone by saying that Seaton is in Cornwall. I realise it is in Devon, and I just associate it with Cornwall because every time I go to Cornwall, we go to Seaton Beach. Anyway, I've got my tote bag here. It's currently full of books because I just went and treated myself to a book or 3 for my birthday, but I have got my tote bag here, I've got the book here, so let's chat about it. In case you couldn't guess, I love this book. I think it is so lovely and cozy and heartwarming and warm. It made me feel all the happy, wonderful feelings. And what I think is really well done in this book is it does tackle the real themes of homophobia and coming out, and how it's not always as easy as to kind of fall in love with someone, come out and happy ever after. Like, you know, it isn't that reality for a lot of people, and yet that's handled in a way that's really accessible for younger readers but still enjoyable for older readers. So for example, I am in my 20s and I still really enjoyed this book even though it is written for young adults, and I think this is a really good book to kind of really open people's eyes. It can be really good for starting conversations on homophobia and what a lot of banter can actually do to people, like the long-term impacts it can have and how it can make people feel. I think it is going to bring so much comfort to so many people growing up. I think people are going to read this and see themselves in it and see that struggle they're having and not feel quite so alone anymore, which is ultimately a beautiful thing that any kind of art can do. So books, TV show, movies, it's really important to make others see themselves represented in stories, to see stories that are replicating the situations they're going through, and I think this book is an example of that. It really does show that you're not alone, and I just think this is a really gorgeous summary, light-hearted, fun read with those complex themes and complex human emotions written into it. So it's not a heavy book and it's not overly light and fluffy. It's a kind of good mix and a good balance somewhere in the middle, and I just think it's beautifully written. I really love the characters. They're all fully fleshed out, and what I really liked is that the side characters were just as fleshed out as the main characters, so it wasn't a case of they were just there to progress the main character stories. They were there adding to their stories, and they were people fully fleshed out and whole in their own rights additionally to the main characters. So I love that no one got forgotten, no one was just kind of there on the sidelines. Everyone had an important role to play, an important part in the story. They all had their own stories, and I really love that that was carried out throughout the whole book. And ultimately I think it's just a really good book for teenagers to read about finding yourself, about kind of finding your feet in your first proper relationship, healthy communication, finding a found family, a really important support network. It normalises pronoun use, it normalises mental health support, it normalises so many things that are present in everyday life, but I personally haven't seen that much in fiction. So this book is really, really fantastic at bringing all those things that we see into a really gorgeous story. It's paced beautifully, so even though, you know, it is only 250 pages, 260 pages, I think, from Finn and Cameron first meeting up to the end, I think it's a really well paced story where you've got time for them to kind of develop their friendship and then develop their relationship, and there is enough time for us to completely fall in love with these characters and really lose yourself in their world and in their stories. And actually by the time I finished the book, I just wanted more time with these guys. I didn't want to say goodbye to everyone. It was really wholesome, really sweet, and I think if I had read this as a teenager, I would have loved it even more. It would have made me feel less alone, it would have brought me so much comfort. And now reading it as an adult, I just want to give all these teenagers a hug. I just want to tell them that actually everything will be okay, and you know, you will grow up and find your own feet and find your way, and whatever happens, it'll be all right. But yeah, it was absolutely adorable. A really, really, really lovely story. I cannot recommend this enough. Reading this in the summer sun in June, in Pride Month, felt so special. It made me so happy. If you want a gorgeous read this summer, which is fun and easy to read with a lovely cast of characters you will love from start to finish, then this is definitely a book for you. I was really excited to read this book and it did not let me down. I really hope that Cameron and Finn are doing okay now. Genuinely, after I finished the book, I was like, I wonder what they're up to. I wonder how Jerry is. I wonder how Robin's doing. I was genuinely thinking about the characters after I'd finished the book, and I just hope that they're all okay, living their best lives as they deserve. Now, before I finish off this video, it's time to open the box that says do not open until after reading. Here we have the red box, open after reading. And what have we got? I don't want to break the box. Ooh, what have we got? We've got a pin. Oh my god, that's so funny. You know, in this little reading vlog, there's the bit of me talking about how much I love the business beaver. That's actually made my day. I love him so much. Oh, I'm going to take him everywhere. Okay, we need to name the business beaver. Oh my god, that's so cool. Look at his little briefcase. That was so worth waiting till after I read the book to open. And now I understand why it says don't open till after you've read it, because otherwise you'd be like, I don't get it. And now I get it. And I love it even more. Anyway, you should definitely pre-order this book. It's tremendous fun. I had such a nice time reading it. It gave me all the cozy, warm, happy feelings. It feels like Heartstopper. It is everything I needed as a teenager. It's everything I love now. Hugely, hugely, hugely grateful for this box. Hugely grateful for the book. I had an amazing time reading it. This is going to make so many people happy. It's going to make so many people feel seen and comforted and realise that they're not alone, and that is all that anyone can ask for in fiction. Huge thank you to Adam Hatton for the book and the box. I am so happy, and I can't wait for this book to come out and for everyone else to see how amazing it is. Read it and enjoy it and love it as much as I do. This book is out on the 2nd of July. I'll put all the details in the description on how you can pre-order it. Just do pick it up and read it. Definitely let me know what you think, because I want to chat about this. Thank you so much for watching my little rambly video. I will also put a link in the description to my written blog post about this book if you would like to read what I thought. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you all again soon. Bye!